And we can see a pattern of these French-ruled countries having those coups, and in which the people who are bringing the coups are the ones who are anti-French.
That's right.
And for me, I was thinking, yes, it's good that we need to cut off from France, those 14 countries that are already gripped by France, because of the Berlin Conference back then, where now they're still the continuation of colonization in a different way. And yes, we should get off that grip. But then you see, here comes Russia also taking advantage, trying to be on the good side. And also in North Sudan, Russia has sent the Wagner group there to try and show also its force and the support to Africa. Do you think that cutting off from the French or the Americas or the West, let's call it the West, and then having these Chinese people coming in, now they are our friends because they never colonized us, they never did this, they never gave us sanctions, now they are giving us big loans. Don't you think it's just running from a lion going into a hyena? What do you think?
Exactly
Indeed, the world is a small blue dot.
So you are in the middle of explaining Mwakenya. And
being accused of being Mwakenya was
really bad.
It was outrageous.
It was an underground socialist movement.
Okay.
And the whole idea was for patriots to fight for multi-party.
Okay.
At a time when KANU was very powerful, and it was the only party, and any hint of there being more than one party was just people disappeared.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you would not want to be accused or associated with, or even rumored to be associated with.
So how did we end up calling copying of exams Mwakenya? Is there any relationship?
Recent thing. I'm not familiar with.
Okay. Is this
Very recent.
If you have a copy
These
of
young
answers hiding, we call it Mwakenya. So that's all we know about Mwakenya. Actually, I'm amazed.
It was an underground political
Movement, yes.
Wow.
They wanted a socialist movement.
Wow.
They were fighting for multi-party
Wow.
in the 80s.
Wow. So back to Mom. This is one of the few last questions. I'm imagining a scenario. You're in Nairobi at the Parliament building, and you guys are proposing for something, maybe a road to cut through somewhere, and other members come to you, the way we hear rumors out there, or maybe China approaches you guys and they're like, okay, here is a kickback, $10 million, please accept our contract here, and we will be the ones to build the road from this place to that place. Was there truly this kind of corruption? And have you ever found yourself in a predicament where you had to choose your corruption or almost losing everything?
This cartelism is done at very high level. Government and those who are really rich now. In the beginning they were not that rich, but now they are very rich people. The people like us wouldn't know. No, but of course we will.
You'll hear rumors.
Yes, and then you talk very strongly about this practice in our midst, among our leadership, because when leaders go that low, then there's nothing left for the country. There's no pride. There's no justice. There's nothing. The monies that they're throwing about was not earned decently. It was not truly earned. And yet you and I would work very hard to earn that way, and we feel happy about that. But these cartels with their billions would not have done anything, but they own this much, and then they are proud about it. you know, like the elders say in our area, they are a caste.
They're caste.
Yes.
So we have a few like those. Those are the ones who are pulling our country down.
So how would you have so billions of when children are dying of starvation?
I know.
And women are dying because there's no medicine in hospitals.
And just to demonstrate to you that in response to your question for my mom specifically, there are many people who would not work with her after they heard that she got a project, very large project. She worked the project very well, was able to save some of the funds, and returned the money to the funders.
Oh, you did that?
Don't do that.
Yes.
Wow.
Who wants to work with somebody who's going to send money back?
Yes, and
That's where she got
that's
that
integrity
reputation.
at its best.
And that reputation, then she was even more shielded from people who might approach her.
Yes, because they'll be in Swahili. We ataki tukule.
Yeah, but people who know you will not only doubt, but would question why anybody would want to do this.
Yeah.
And I believe that people who have worked with some of us and who know us well, who would not even want to go there.
No.
And I did not even need to protect myself, to go up and say, no, this is not true. Because people know. You expect people to know. And with my lifestyle and where I live, how I live, if I got those billions, I would live differently.
Yes.
Yeah, I would have properties in town, in the coastal strip. I would, yes, I would have beautiful cars and so on. People know the difference. And,
so why do we have, for example, and this question goes to you too, Atieno, we have hundreds of NGOs in Mathare, in all those slums for many years, and the slums are still the same.
Some of them are just money minting machines.
And we are watching.
They are in those slums and they become rich because they don't use that money the way it's up to. And then some donors don't even check closely.
They don't.
So but that is, you know, when people go hungry and you have taken their money, it's a bigger load on your head.
Yeah.
Yes, and it is not right.
Yeah, because
the bigger picture
is
that's basically the same question can apply to why is Africa
the way it is poor.
All these resources being poured into Africa.
Where does it go?
Many years.
And yet the poverty level, the state of war in many of the nations is still there. Nothing has really changed.
And yet we call it the richest continent.
It has the most resources of any continent in the world. So that same model applies. It depends on what the rest of the world envisions for how they see the world. Africa is a resource.
Yes.
Look at DRC, for example. I was assigned some work to go to Eastern Congo with some other leaders to see if we could lessen the load of wars and poverty. And we talked to leaders in those areas. I remember going to the head of the army regional office and asking him why the war was continuing. And he said, I have no capacity. Full stop.
That's it.
Then we go to, because they can't. I mean, look, at that time Kabila had stopped all the planes not flying from the
resource rich,
the rich areas of Eastern Congo where I was. And I saw in the hotel where I was staying, almost every hour, less than 1 hour, planes were flying from that deep forest to Wilson Airport in Nairobi and elsewhere in Eastern Africa.
With a lot of minerals.
Loads of things, and yet they were declared, oh, there is nothing.
Oh,
but you saw it all.
Yeah.
And the people who were helping me said, Mama, that is it. That is our property going out.
Going out.
And for the young educated men and women, they were very bitter. And rightly so, because you saw your God-given property being flown out of your country to another country for a man who has not even worked for it, and then your people remained poor.
Yes.
These are the difficult questions that Africa must be able to respond to.
So, second last question. What have you talked about in this book so much? I know I'm reading it, but I'm yet to go deeper and finish it. But talk to a young lady, and also young men like me and others who are younger. Tell them why it's possible today, especially in Kenya, especially in Africa. How is it possible? And yeah, you've demonstrated as a woman getting to where you are. I'm actually marveled. It's amazing that you are a true example of a powerful woman like Miriam Makeba, like Mama Ngina. I consider her someone great.
There are many women in Africa who've done very well indeed.
Yeah.
Tell
us the possibility. Yeah.
You know, it is possible for Kenya to start afresh, even Africa to start afresh, and make it work. I just don't know how, with all the cartels in Africa, in the DRC Congo, in all these areas. No wonder the armies are beginning to take over again. When I thought in the early, in the late 40s and 50s, the armies had stopped functioning and taking over African governments.
Now Gabon, Niger.
This is the second trench of Africa being taken over by armies because people are not happy.
People are not happy.
And they are not, they've been promised what they don't see or get, and they continue suffering in poverty. Africa has no food, yet it has a lot of land that, in fact, Africa should be able to feed the world, truly.
Yes.
Most arable land in the world.
True.
Yes. And Africa has lots of water, and then you go to many areas and people have no water, or they take very dirty water. Africa has some of the best brains, but it's out here.
Yes.
And African young people should not be dying in the process of in the high seas getting out of Africa.
Getting out of Africa.
When the Africans have fought to get freedom, to keep their men and women in that continent, working for the continent, now coming out of Africa and dying in high seas. That, I think, is the saddest thing that should really prick the conscience of our leaders. That really should.
Wow. And I'll ask you a question, then I'll ask the last one. As now we see Gabon, Niger, what other country? The armies are taking over. The other day there was a coup in Sudan. Now is divided. South Sudan, North Sudan, I mean.
The main Sudan.
Yes.
The South Sudan is still fighting, but is in within.
And we can see a pattern of these French-ruled countries having those coups, and in which the people who are bringing the coups are the ones who are anti-French.
That's right.
And for me, I was thinking, yes, it's good that we need to cut off from France, those 14 countries that are already gripped by France, because of the Berlin Conference back then, where now they're still the continuation of colonization in a different way. And yes, we should get off that grip. But then you see, here comes Russia also taking advantage, trying to be on the good side. And also in North Sudan, Russia has sent the Wagner group there to try and show also its force and the support to Africa. Do you think that cutting off from the French or the Americas or the West, let's call it the West, and then having these Chinese people coming in, now they are our friends because they never colonized us, they never did this, they never gave us sanctions, now they are giving us big loans. Don't you think it's just running from a lion going into a hyena? What do you think?
Exactly
Indeed, the world is a small blue dot.
Okay.
It's not a big thing. I mean, the continent of Africa is quite big, but when you put the world together, what are we fighting for?
What are we fighting for? Yeah.
What are we fighting for? Because the world could agree to just live and let live. Let people have enough food to eat.
Yes.
Give them the best education. Work together for humanity. But because of the greed of men, where they want to amass wealth, you talk about dollar billionaires and trillionaires, and they feel good. I wouldn't feel good if I had all that money and people were dying around. No. If that could go, if the world, but maybe it is not possible. But just imagine if the world decided today that enough is enough, there'll be no Russian war against Ukraine, that we will, whatever monies we have in our governments, of course we'll give our people more, but will be shared across all the continents of the world, because we are an endangered species, and that if we don't do this, sometime soon, because of our extravagance
and
arrogance,
this blue dot could actually be consumed, and all of us would be in it. Nobody will be left alive.
Very
so
true.
If you can go to that high level spiritually, of truly debating with yourself. But I'm saying, soul searching is not. That soul is not there.
It's not there
among our leaders. But imagine if this was possible. What a beautiful would we have. But now every country is fighting to be better than another country. This world out here is trying to get all the resources from Africa in order to enrich themselves even more. They have the best health systems. They have they have a lot.
They have everything.
Everything. So why do they still come to Africa? If they came to help us develop those systems and to be like them, I would understand. But why would they want to come and deny and take it by force from us so that we continue being poor? I think that is the biggest mischief. More than just mischief that world did us up, and I don't know who will tell them, but if something happened right now and the world goes, those who will cry most will be the West, and those wealthy and rich people, they would know what to do. I remember one of these leaders in America was saying that when those men took this thing to the moon, these rich people, the South African guy.
Malema?
No, the white South African rich.
This rich guy from South Africa.
Oh, Elon Musk.
Elon. When these rich people bought their ticket to wherever they went to the space, they should have remained there. Truly. They should have remained, because they've caused enough trouble for us on this earth. Let them remain there and enjoy their wealth. And let's start from afresh. I don't know how else.
That's interesting. Well, in response specifically to your question, we would just be replacing one type of colonialism for another. So there's no difference. There's no growth in it. There's no point in it. There's no development in it. There's nothing about that whole situation makes it any better for us.
Not for the African nations.
Nothing,
yes.
Nothing at all. It's
not for the black man. No.
Yeah.
Zero.
Ditching America to gain Russia or China. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter who.
Zero.
The black man.
Is it that our leaders don't know that?
No.
They are wanting?
We are going back to this, basically to what Mom is saying.
Yes.
We're going back to this sense of poverty of not just the heart and the mind, but of the soul. This need to always have more.
Yes.
But it's the wrong kind.
If that you don't need, whatever you.
What we should be working towards, what we should be understanding is that what is truly needed at the very bottom line is the understanding that we are a small dot.
Very small.
And the only thing that will save us is for us to love each other.
Yeah.
To do all the things that religion tends to tell us, which is to take care of each other, love your brother as yourself, all the wonderful things that many, many, many people in the world are actually working towards, are actually praying for. And what we see most are the corruption and all this terrible stuff that's going on. But everything balances. Just as there is that much, and that's what we hear about, there are those who pray every day. There are those who pray unceasingly.
And there are those who kill every day.
And those who kill every day.
It's a balance. And at some point, we'll either boop, that little dot will just boop. And or everything will change.
Yes.
Everybody will go, but this is too much.
What was this all?
This is craziness. And they'll finally get it. That what they're looking for is love. And that God loves all of us.
All of us.
Completely. Without any
conditions.
Unconditional. And that will make us love ourselves and each other.
Yes.
But
wow.
Who knows?
Wow. So, how far are you reading this book?
I've read it several times.
Oh, okay. What do you think about it?
I am amazed at all the stories.
Okay.
The stories that put things in context.
Yes.
For that particular situation.
Okay. What's the most powerful part of it that you like, that has impacted you? That anyone, that my mom was able to actually do this. Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
That it is possible.
Yes.
In spite of the odds, in spite of, if you look at all the things that were against the possibility of this happening, and then you look at the fact that it happened.
Yes.
It's the same thing we're talking about with, we need to have love for the world and love for each other. And right now all we're seeing is the evil and the bad. It's the same model. It's possible.
It's possible.
It really is. The world could come out shiny and beautiful and loved, and everybody loves each other because it is possible.
But it could also blow up. And that will be the end of everybody. The rich, the poor,
Yes.
So it's on Amazon.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, guys, make sure you get a copy.
But you had an advice for Atieno in Amazon.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. Well, we can talk about
We'll do KDP, yes. Yes, so guys, make sure you get your book, or you can get in touch with me directly. If you want a copy, I will send the copy to you. You send the money, I'll send the copy to you. Yes, they know my Cash App. They know everything. So once they want a copy, I'll make sure I deliver.
I wanted to tell you this.
Okay.
I really appreciate that you got into this doing things for yourself.
Yes.
For your future, for your children, for your country's future.
Yes.
You know, this looks small. It could turn out to be a very big thing, not just for you, but for your country. You know, being employed is beautiful because you work and you earn your money end of the month, and that's the end of the story.
We are addicted
but
to the
getting into this type of business and succeeding is the greatest gift you are giving to our country.
Wow.
to Africa, not to yourself, no,
Okay.
because you work very hard. I've looked at you, and I've seen your dedication, and I've seen the pain that you are going through when you ask me questions.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, but this young man could just get into employment and just forget all these problems that is, you know. But that if only we can get many more of your age group
Yes.
to do what you are doing now, to explain to the world who we are and why we are where we are today,
Yeah.
you know, we'll change many hearts. We'll get people to start appreciating who the African is and why he is where he is because of the circumstances that have, you know, been with us ever since colonialism and so on.
Yes.
Not enough work is being done in this area.
Yes.
No. I've looked at you and I'm saying you are contributing immensely to our growth.
Yes.
This is the most powerful thing I've heard about myself.
You might think so, but let me tell you, I mean, you could have gone into hotel business. You could have gone, but here you are spending hours with some of us. You didn't have to do this.
Yes.
But you want to inform your people. You want to educate them. You want them to know what next steps that we need to take to move on. It's a fantastic, you know, gift.
Yes.
That you're giving to our people.
Yes, I have a very big burden for Africans. Especially the African new generation. I don't like that I'm in America just to make life easier. I would rather be in Kenya doing this 20 years ago. But I had to run away.
Yes, that I understand.
Yes.
What you're doing is great.
I hope
you can keep doing it.
Yes.
Doing
I
great
hope
work.
we'll find women like you, powerful women like you, who will make Kenya or an Africa a place whereby we want to go back. Not like now, I want to go back, but I have to situate myself.
Yes.
I have to make sure this. I want to go back knowing that I'll find opportunity. Yes.
But what you're doing here is great.
Yes.
Yeah, it's great.
Thank you very much for what you're doing.
Thank you.
You're doing wonderful work.
Yeah, and thank you, Atieno, too, for making it possible. For actually a very, I've been dealing with intellectuals throughout since I met you guys, and not only intellectuals but very wise people.
Yes.
Yes, and
thank you. Tell me to come and talk about the.
Well, I also wanted to do a little product placement.
Yes.
Preview. You may have noticed, and I want to tell you a little bit about the scarf.
The scarf. Your sister.
Yes.
We have to talk about your sister a little bit.
And my sister will come and tell you a little bit more about this. But my aunt.
This is my sister, younger sister.
This is her side hustle.
Yes.
She got cancer.
Oh, she did. Yes, I heard the story.
That's right.
And she's kind of survived it.
And she is survived. It's been 10 years. She's in remission. At the time that she got the cancer, she was 80%. They basically said,
oh my God.
But this is what she does instead of just sitting. And she sells these it's a winter scarf. She sells them, and this is her side hustle. They're beautiful. They're very, very warm.
Yes.
Just exactly what you need in the winter time when you want a scarf. So I'm going to let my sister talk more about her and that side hustle. And then I've got another project.
And you can mail them.
And they can be mailed anywhere.
Yes.
And they're very reasonably priced. We also have here a product that is from
tea and honey.
Let's talk about the
Mary will talk about
it. Very good.
What we have here is tea from Roselle. It's called Nyamasi. And the tea is grown, it's organic, it's grown in Wikondiek.
Okay.
Our village.
Our village.
Yes, the hyena.
Head of the hyena.
The head of the hyena.
Yes.
Yes. That's a beautiful, powerful cultural name.
Yes. And we also have here honey that is from my aunt's village, Hosel.
Can I, how much does that cost?
No, you just we want to.
This was a gift package.
This is for you.
You're certainly welcome to one.
Okay, I want.
We will be working on seeing if we can market it.
Okay.
Also on.
Okay.
And we'll contact you when that.
Do you know
time comes.
right now, this very moment, my wife wants honey so badly, and
you know, honey
if
is
you had
thing
one
that
big jug, I'm in.
you
Yes.
know, Americans
Yes.
allow you can carry any amount of honey.
from Kenya.
They will not touch from Kenya.
Okay.
Yes. So you can just bring it in.
You just go. Oh yeah, just bring it in. They don't even ask you what you're going to do with it.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
because the honey here is sugar added.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even the organic one is fake.
But ours is organic. And
Straight honey.
Yes, I know.
that you can. I know you really
Sure.
want to go.
Yeah, so we'll have to let you rest.
Yes, I will
Yeah.
take time off.
Yes.
I will take
At
time
least
off and
I
get
caught
my-
you before BBC caught you.
Yes.
Tomorrow
yes.
is when you have
Tomorrow is
BBC.
Yes,
Tomorrow
yes.
morning at 9.
Tomorrow
So
is
thank you so
BBC.
much. Thank
No,
you.
but I really appreciate.
Yeah.
If I get anybody coming over,
Yes.
I need your cards.
Yes,
I
I'll
really
give it
want
to
to.
you.
We have quite a few.
Yes. I already secured your 2 numbers, so
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
I'd like to refer some of
I
our
am the guy
leaders.
who will come to Kenya and find me outside your house.
Very good.
Excellent.
Very
Yes.
good. I really want to refer some of our leaders
Yes.
who I know mean well for Kenya
Yes.
to contact you when they come over here.
Oh, please.
I'd like to do that for you, so
that will be great.
Wait, you're wearing a.
Oh, it's
yeah.
okay. Yes. We'll let you go. I will need a hug from a
Thank
very
you.
powerful woman. That's good. Just let it go.
I'm so proud of
Mm-hmm.
you. I really am very proud of you.
Thank you so much.
God
Thank
bless
you.
you.
Thank you,
God
Mom.
bless you, my son.
Yes.
You will do well.
Yes. Thank you.
Well already.
Thank you.
The Lord has been.